Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. Good morning, Rumble Studios. On this, wow, we got a whole bunch of people in the comments. Good morning on this 01.30.2026. Current time is 5:49 a.m. Eastern Time here in upstate New York, the southern tier of upstate New York, where I live and reside this Friday morning. Thank God it's Friday. We made it to the weekend, and we're getting a hashtag positive start to the day. Hashtag PSTTD, despite I'm having a little bit of some Wi-Fi issues here. But I am Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich over there on X, at Fireman Rich here on Rumble, broadcasting to locals, YouTube, and Twitch. Got one person on Rumble, one person on locals, nobody on YouTube, and 5 people over on the Twitch this morning. And we're trying to bring up our broadcast here on the Wi-Fi, but I think I saturated the Wi-Fi to where it's not really. Okay, let's try this again. But I hope everybody had a good day yesterday and a good week. We made it to the weekend. Let's see. And what is going on here? Let's see. Okay, we'll just have to try this in a little bit then. The Wi-Fi is not that stable, so we'll go ahead and park this back over on Rumble. Oh, there we go. Proceed anyway. Let's see. I'll park this over here. But I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. I had a fairly good day, and as far as that goes, and we'll just leave that right there. Yeah, we got the Wi-Fi is sort of crapping out a little bit here, but let's get to the chat. There's a lot of people in chat right out of the gate here. We're early. We're 10, 15 minutes early. Of course, I've been up since about 10 to 5. So not even an hour yet. But good morning, Double J's. Good morning. Right on time. Yeah, right on time. We have been for this month. And second to last day today on this January 30th for this Friday. And like I said, we made it to the weekend, except for those people that have to go to work today. And we're, let me shut this one down here. It seems like it's sad. We'll give it another start here as far as it doesn't want to. Oh, that's why I don't have that. Yeah, that's on the Wi-Fi. It's not taking now. I don't know why. Um, let's see. I'm just getting sidetracked here a little bit, but good morning, Double J's coming from an undisclosed location. Glad to have you. Tony D, salute to you, my friend. Hashtag positive start today. Mrs. isn't up yet, but I will tell her to say good morning when she does get up there, Tony. Glad to have you coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia on the YouTube. And there's our Jersey girl, Tina. Good morning, Tina. Glad to have you here this morning, coming in from Central New Jersey. And Double J saying good morning to Tina there from the Twitch to Twitch. And Tony's over there on the Rumble and checking in on the Twitch side. Salute to you, my friend. And let me do something here for that. I'll just reset the Wi-Fi and see if that works. And glad to have you here. And Tony saying hi to Double J's on the Twitch side there. And Tony saying good morning hi to Tina also. And Double J saying hey to Tony on the Twitch. And Tina saying hi to Double J's as well as to Tony. And Tina, she's not up yet, Tina, so she'll be up here in a little bit. So we're checking on our Wi-Fi. Okay, I've got it. It indicates that I have it. Yeah, we're connected on the phone. So let me go ahead. Maybe I start. It might be that I start all these. I start. Let's see. I have this on. I have one, two, three, four, five, six items on Wi-Fi. So it might be they're oversaturating the um, connection. Okay, we got it up back. We got YouTube back up. Okay, and let's see. We have it back up on there yet? No, not yet. Let's bring it up the Rumble here. So just a few minor things here. There it is. It's on the Rumble. Let's go ahead and back that out until we get Wi-Fi up on that. Turn that off and then turn it back on. See if that works. And huh. Oh, let's try this again. Let's bring this back to home. This is the Roku. And we should have time at the end of the broadcast that I'm able to bring this thing up over here instead of just there. I got my cable. I got my HD. That's one thing that happened yesterday. I got my HDMI cable yesterday, or no, the dongle, the HDMI dongle. So we'll be able to bring the. We will have the capability of um, bringing up the Commodore 64 in a window right here. Okay. I was doing that yesterday. That's one of the things I did yesterday that was pretty interesting. I was playing around on the Commodore yesterday, looking at some things, um, and actually, what I do yesterday, I purged a lot of paperwork yesterday. I'm a pack rat when it comes to paperwork. We do have the morning coffee here, folks, also, so it's tasting mighty fine. And as far as that goes, and but I threw out a lot of files that I had all my notes from when I was at IBM, and it's a stack of papers like this. There's log books in there of all the panels that I tested when I was working at IBM at an electrical test. And there was two days I ended up getting 200 over 200 panels I tested a day. Normally, you would average about maybe um, 60 to 80 panels a day, maybe every once in a while, 100 panels. Well, on these 2 days, it was in March of 2000. I can't remember the date, but it was March just after I got hired there. So it would be 2019, 1997, 98, no, 98, 99. I ended up testing over 200. Yeah, it was. I got hired as a regular, so I was on third shift. I was on the night shift, but this one, it was a March of so it'd be 90, be 98, 99. It'd be 99 or 99. Yeah, it'd be 99 because I got hired. But anyway, um, no, it was at 98. I got hired as a regular, or as a yeah, as a yeah. So it would have been March of 98 because I got hired, or no, 99 because 98. No, it would be March of 98 because I got hired in 97, August of 97. And then I got hired as a regular that following spring. And what is it? tested over 200 panels. These are the raw panels, and at that point, they're probably worth about anywhere. Each panel's worth about maybe 5, 10 grand, maybe a couple grand to 10 grand, and stuff like that. Some of these boards, the bigger boards, once they're populated, they could be anywhere for like $50 to $100,000 a board. In some cases, there's server boards and stuff like that for various things. So I ended up looking through these notes, and I came on this one page where I had 200 panels I tested on my shift, on the overnight shift. The manager got wind of that. I ended up getting a raise because of that, because I just hit the mother load where everything was I was all these panels were good panels and stuff like that. And what it was on this ATG tester number 3, and it tests shorts and opens. It has 70,000 pins to test the points in the bottom about 70,000 pins. You could test up to that many circuit lines, and you put the panel on. You make sure it's on there safe, securely. You don't want to have any damage and all that. And then you clean off your board, put it on there, and then the test would take maybe a minute or 2 minutes, and sometimes you retest just to see. You might have a faulty short because there might be something crossing two circuit lines on the board to cause a short. So you could tell by the way it came in, it was a false short, and it's like, oh, look, let's try it, or else it was something lingering and stuff like that. But I tested over 200 boards, and I'm looking at that, and it just brought back so many good memories working at IBM in Endicott, the birthplace of IBM. And but I threw all the paperwork out. There was no need to have that anymore and stuff. And but it brought back some good memories as far as that goes. I didn't keep that sheet. I was thinking about keeping that sheet, but it's just like, no, I remember that day. But just to see the actual, because I used to keep track of what I would do. All the other operators didn't. They just went. I was meticulous. I was a little particular about that, just to keep track of what I was doing, my work, and stuff like that. Because I was always one in the service. They always said keep track of what you do. Okay, you would always write it down. So I had like a notebook, and some people say, "Oh, that's new." Well, it got me a raise because the manager that hired me, he was interested. He said, "Well, what did you get this morning, Rich?" And I told him how much, and I said, and then that one morning he said, "Well, how many did you get?" "You won't believe it, Mark. I got 200." He stopped dead in his tracks. He turns around. He goes, "What?" He went over. He wanted to look at my book, and he looked, because I would put the work, or the job number in there, and the number of panels in that job for that particular. Well, actually, it was on a little card, and then I would transfer it into the logbook. And he's looking at it. He looks at me. He says, "You did 200 panels?" I said, "Yeah." He says he just went, "Wow." And he said, "Good job." And then it was a month later, I ended up getting a raise. I guess he liked what I do, because I kept track of I was accountable for my work in that aspect. That if something came back from QA, because they check after you get done testing, it tests good. You send the boards to the jobs to QA, and then sometimes QA would find something, and they would say, "Rich, is this your job?" Instead of looking it up, they bring it back, and they said, "Well, we have a job here. I'm gonna we as far as from end of line here." And then they were lazy. They didn't look up on the system and stuff because they they were buried. We buried them. Tests. We would bury QA and stuff. And as soon as I heard the number, I said, "Nope, that's my job." And they brought it over, and they said, "Oh, you got this little nick on the thing." It's, "Oh, okay." And then I would check my pin, and a pin would be out of place, and it would be just a precautionary. It was very, very interesting work. But I'll always remember that 200 panel day and stuff. But I took care of cleaning out and some house cleaning there while I was looking at for some other stuff. I found some old 5 1/4 floppy MS DOS Windows version 1 disk that I used to use back in the day when I was in the Air Force. I have an old Windows, my very first Windows computer, still up in the attic. So I got to pull that out so I can, because it's a 5 1/4. You can take a 5 1/4 MS DOS, not the You can't read it in here because this is basic. And then I found another box. I had some. I moved up to 3 1/4 floppy. Remember the 3 1/4 floppy discs or the hard plastic disc? I still have a lot of those. Those I used when I was oh transitioned from the floppies over to those and and then I found some CDs and stuff like that. So it's almost like a history thing yesterday. So I had some fun yesterday, but this week has been sort of since the storm, and supposedly we're supposed to have a storm coming in this weekend or something like that. Let me see. Did I bring up the weather? Yeah, let me see. Let me check the radar here real quick as far as that goes. Our current radar, let me bring that up as far as here in the southern tier is right there. That's what we're looking at right now. I'm going to bring up I'm going to just look at the big map. It's a cold morning right now. It's a very cold morning. Let's see. What do we got on the Doppler here? I'm not really seeing. Oh, there's some snow, I think, coming up. It's down in Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia area, right across here and stuff. So we'll see. We'll have to check about that as far as later here. But that's what the current state of the weather is as far as it's up in got a few clouds here in the southern tier of upstate New York and such. So let me turn that off there. And so it's been a cold week, and it's the last week of January. We got one more day tomorrow, and then Sunday we start a new month of February. So hopefully we'll crank through February, and we're down to like about 4 or 5 weeks of winter, despite what that rodent of a groundhog down in Pennsylvania says, as far as that goes. So, but so it's been an okay week. The only strange thing is I haven't gone for a walk at all this week, but I have been riding the bicycle, the exercise bike, the missus's exercise bike. I got another good workout yesterday. I'm trying to maintain, and I have no problem doing it. And that's 21 minutes, at least 21 minutes, 22 minutes on the exercise bike. Bicycling speed is about 21 miles per hour, and I'm doing 7 miles on the bike. So it's about 21 minutes, and I put my headsets in, and I'm listening to something, this or that podcast, and it goes by fairly quick and stuff like that. So it is a good workout. So I am getting a workout, and I feel like I feel good. But it's just weird not going out for a walk at all this week because of the snow. There's still quite a bit of snow out there on the ground, and I could walk in it, but right now the way it's compacted and the drifting, it's probably out in the golf course. There's probably it's probably a good 8 to 1 foot of snow out there now. We've had some I'm going to say warmer temperatures. The sun has been out for the last couple of days. It was a clear night last night. Now it's cloudy. I did wake up around 2 to go to the bathroom, and I looked out the window, and you could see the moon was bright, and the stars were out and stuff like that. But it was cold. It was cold, very cold out there and stuff like that. So what do we got right now? Oh, increase. When I started, it was 2 degrees Fahrenheit. Now we're sitting at 4 degrees Fahrenheit for the weather. So let me change that. Let's see. No, 4 Fahrenheit. That has to go to C. Oh, let's try the YouTube. Let's see if the YouTube comes back up. Okay, we got. It says we got Wi-Fi there. Let me bring up the YouTube for the. And let's see. Got that. There we go. Bring it there on that one. And there we go on that. So right now it's 4 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to negative 15 degrees Celsius. Okay, we're negative 16 degrees Celsius, and it's a cold morning. It's cold yesterday. I did go out. What did I do yesterday? Those are cats. The cats are. So right now it's 4 degrees Fahrenheit, which equates to. Oh, okay, that's the tablet. The tablet just came online, and we got good we have good audio, I believe. Let's see. Let me just double check here real quick. Just bear with me for a moment, folks, and we'll see if we got good audio. And yep, yeah, we got good audio. So okay, just double checking there. And okay, so we're on the YouTube there, and okay, so I got the Surface 3 is always on Twitch. The tablet is on YouTube, and the phone is on Rumble. So we're doing good there. Let's see. And let's see. Okay, I guess we're good. We're good there. Okay, so we're on all cylinders now. And what is with this? I don't want the timer. I want the little clocks. And let's try this again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so we're up and running now. Let's see our what the heck is this? Oh, let's go ad free, I guess. Okay, that's Twitch Turbo. Okay, I'm just looking at the little notifications on the Twitch here. But like I said, we're currently 4 degrees Fahrenheit, which is negative 15 degrees Celsius this morning. Getting our day started here on this Friday, and it's been cold, but the wind has not really been that much of a factor as far as that goes. So we're going there. Jesus. Um, so, but it has been cold out. I think I just went out once yesterday to take some recyclables out to the garage, into the recycle bin that we have. And let's see, our weather for today. You bring that up. We do have a cold weather advisory. What's that all about? Let's bring that up. That's open link a new tab. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that and see what that's about. We got wind. The winds are about 4 miles per hour right now, so I don't think we have that. That's enough to get it a little chilly, very chilly and stuff like that. But we have mostly cloudy skies today, or this morning, and will become partly cloudy this afternoon. High of 11 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not going to, will be about 7 more degrees. Winds out of the west by northwest, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Right now, they're about 4 miles per hour, so we're going to have a wind chill factor. So if it's in the single digits, it's going to be negative Fahrenheit as far as that goes, at least a good 10 degrees. Sun will be rising this morning at 0721. I don't have the over the at the break. I'll turn it on, but 721, which is in about an hour and 9 minutes. An hour and 9 minutes. The sun will be rising here in the southern tier. You can see it's still dark outside here. 7:21 a.m. The sun will rise and be setting at 5:18 p.m. So we're getting another minute or two there on the setting of the sun. The days are getting longer, folks, and that means we're getting closer to spring. Yep. Tony, Tina, and everybody says good morning.
Good morning.
You're just waking up. They've been fed.
I know.
Okay. So.
Well, I've been farting around for a little bit here, but
it's gotten warmer. When I woke up,
it's gotten warmer.
Yeah, it was 2 degrees. It's 4 degrees Fahrenheit, and the missus is up. She says good morning to you all, folks. And let's see, and 5:18 p.m. the sun will be setting. Our world times and temperatures as I speak, and starting in Honolulu, Hawaii at 1:13 a.m. Early morning for them. They're just starting clicking over to our side of the day. Clear skies in Honolulu, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. In Phoenix, Arizona at 4:13 a.m. in their morning currently. Clear skies in Phoenix, 48 degrees Fahrenheit. In the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, actually, they're warmer than we are. In Chicago, cloudy skies, 9 degrees Fahrenheit in Chicago. In the concrete jungle of New York City, and they're actually warmer than we are. It's 6:13 a.m. It's 6:13 a.m. here in southern tier of upstate New York. Clear skies in New York City, 10 degrees Fahrenheit. 10 degrees Fahrenheit. And down there, let's see, where are we at here? Where are we at? Down in central New Jersey, where our Jersey girl Tina is at. It's 19 degrees for the high today, 0 degrees for the low, partly cloudy down there in central Jersey. Thank you, Tina. And down in Warner Robins, Georgia, from the Rumble side, Tony is letting us know from Warner Robins, Georgia, 30 degrees Fahrenheit down there in Georgia, where he's at. 55 for the high, 30 for the low, partly cloudy there. And as we welcome Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Deplorable. Good morning, Patriots. I love the flags. Always got to recognize the flags. Love the flags on Rumble. Rumble rocks. Thank you very much, Deplorable. Hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying warm. We're looking at 4 degrees Fahrenheit out here where I'm at. So you're probably at least that, if not colder. I think you're more in the sticks than I am. So you're probably a little bit colder. But good morning to you. And Deplorable saying good morning to Tony, Tina, the missus, and everyone else. And the missus, she said she just woke up and said good morning to everybody on the broadcast. So thank you for that. Appreciate that. We're continuing with world times and temperatures going across the pond, the Atlantic Ocean, to London, UK. We have at 11:15 a.m. cloudy skies in London, 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and in Milan, Italia. It's snowing in Milan, Italia, which is good because they're going to have the Winter Olympics there in Cortina. But in Milan, Italia, mangia. It's lunchtime in Milan at 12:15 p.m. But we have snowy cloud and snowy conditions, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. So that snow, once it hits, it's going to melt. it's not, but they have the white stuff underneath the clouds, so that usually indicates snow. Skipping over to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia at 7:16 p.m. in their evening. We have thunderstorms in Kuala Lumpur, 79 degrees Fahrenheit. And in Tokyo, Japan at 8:16 p.m., clear skies in Tokyo, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. And down under on the great continent of great country and great friends and allies. And here's one of those friends that's from Australia. Here's some flags for you, mate. Oh, okay. They on Twitch, they don't come in on the thing there, as you can see, for some reason. I'm not sure. The Wandering Australian, our good friend from down under there, and Australia, great friends and allies to the United States. I try and say that every morning when we do the world times and temperatures. Good morning, Wandering Australian. In Melbourne, Australia, at 10:16 p.m. and it's evening time, late evening there, where Wandering Australia is at. Cloudy skies with passing clouds, a little clearing, 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And over in Sydney, Australia at 10:17 p.m., clear skies, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And Deplorable says it's -6 where he's at. Okay, that's cold. I know you're a little bit more in the sticks than I am as far as that goes. So and the Wandering Australian saying good morning to Tina. Are you near? Are you near? He's saying, asking Sayville, New Jersey. I'm a Bon Jovi fan, and that was his suburb. Okay, yep, Bon Jovi. He's a Jersey guy, and Wandering Australia. He's from Brisbane. Brisbane. I gotta put that on. Let me see if I can get that. Let's see. Let me see if I can add that. Brisbane. Oh, how do we add here? Let me see. How do we add? Let's see. We go edit. Can I add? Let's see. I'm just seeing if I can add Brisbane here. Let's see if we can add Brisbane. Let's see. What's the... Oh, I know where it is. It's over here. It's way over here. Let's add... let's see. Let's put... how do you spell that? Brisbane. B-R-I-S. There it is, Brisbane, Australia. And we're going to tag that on. Brisbane, that's north of Sydney at Your time is 9:18 right now? How come Sydney and Melbourne are at 10:18, but I show 9:18? Do you guys have a clock difference there or something? But in Brisbane, it's 75 degrees Fahrenheit, cloudy skies with a little clearing at 9. Is it 9:19? Brisbane, Australia for okay, let's see. They've got 3 time zones, I think. Yeah, they do, but where Brisbane is, it's right above Sydney, so they should be in the same time zone, I would figure, unless something else is there. Yeah, don't get me started on the stupid daylight. Oh, you got okay. Say no more. Okay, that explains it. What do you go by? Do you go by the Sydney time or do you go by the Brisbane time? Wandering Australian. So I know in the future, I guess. I just that's just strange because it's right above Brisbane is. It looks like it's in the same time zone. Um, Brisbane time. Okay, so it's okay. I'll remember that. It's 9:19 p.m. in Brisbane. Thank you. We learned something more about Australia. I didn't because the way it looks on the map, it's like right above.
No,
That
he's saying where he's at, they do daylight savings.
yeah, yeah. It's just like Arizona out there and their
Oh
time zone.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It's the same thing as Arizona. They do the same thing that the rest of that time zone is. They're so I know what you're talking about and stuff. It's just so we got Brisbane. And we'll start including that Wandering Australia when you're here. We'll let you know. But let's see, Brisbane time. Yeah, it's Brisbane time. Okay, we'll call that Brisbane time. And the Wandering Australia says, yeah, we are only 900 kilometer apart, but we run different time zones completely. Yeah, because I'm just. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate that. That's I did not know that. That's something It's just it's on the other side of the world in the southern hemisphere, and that's pretty very interesting. Very interesting, my friend. Very interesting. Okay, so let's see our weather alert here. It's an active weather alert, cold weather advisory. It came out at 1:37 a.m. this morning for the southern tier until 9. Oh, so this is going through the weekend. Very cold and chilly, as low as 15 to 25 below expected. Wow. Portion. This must be that cyclone storm, part of that cyclone storm they're talking about. Portions of central New York, northeastern Pennsylvania, uh, from 9 a.m. until 9 a.m. Sunday Eastern time. And Wandering Australia says, so with the time zones and daylight savings, we have 4 different time zones. Okay, there we go. Did you guys survive the big storm last? Yeah, we're on top of it. It was not a major. Well, it was major in other parts of our country. It's a major storm because it affected the whole country here in the United States, which hasn't happened in decades. But here in the southern tier, we recovered pretty fairly well. We did fairly well. We got about 13, 14 inches of snow. My driveways and sidewalks were clean. I stayed on top of it. I'm retired, so what else do I got to do? So I had fun with it. And the snow is still out there. We got some cold weather, though. I'm just looking at this cold weather advisory that we have cold weather. Um, the dangerous cold wind chills as low as 15 to 25 below zero could cause frostbite. So we have to be cautious as far as making sure we're bundled up. So it's going to be a cold weekend as far as that goes. And Wandering Australia says on the news down here, they said over 1,000 flights were canceled. I doubt our whole country has. I think it was more than 1,000 flights um, when it was all said and done. There was a lot more flights than that. I believe. I saw. I almost want to say I saw 30,000 flights. That's because you're talking nationwide. I mean, they almost. Let's see how many. Let's see how many flights. Let's check. Many flights canceled. during last storm in USA. Oh, let's see. There was as of this past Monday, over the weekend, it was 4,800 flights had been canceled on Monday. Oh, that's just Monday, which is still among the highest number for daily. That was just for Monday. This past Monday was 4,800. So there was more than 17,000 flights canceled for the major. So it's 17,000. Hi, Jack. Here you go. You can look out the window. 17,000 total. So that maybe they just whatever saw that news over the weekend. They that's probably for the weekends and stuff like that. So let's see. Where's my hang on for a minute. My mouse just went out. Let's see if I get that. Let's see. There, reset that there. Okay, there it is. And let's see. Double J says it was the most flight canceled since 9. Yes, I would believe that too. Yeah. Well, 9/11, they just closed the airspace. The whole airspace in the United States back then, Double J's was no planes were flying after that happened. And yep, the lion is back. This is Jack. He's he is the elder of the cats here. And the Wandering Australia, wow, yeah, our whole country only averages 3,000 flights a day. Really? Yeah. Because you get, most of the population in Australia, I would believe, is close to all the cities that are right along the coastline and stuff like that. So, because, your country is a big continent, is one, that's something another country cannot claim. Not a continent. And I think there's some of that continent is underwater from what they were saying. But yeah, we're supposed to get something, what they call a cyclone storm. I don't know if that's they're referring to, but I'm not seeing any snow, but the temperatures are going to be cold. Let's see, Saturday we'll get down to 6 degrees, 17 to 6 degrees, 18 to 10. It's going to all depend on the wind. And let's face it, it's the end of January. So, this is, that's usually the case with the cold weather and stuff like that. Okay, so there's our world times and temperatures as I speak. And let's go with our thought for the day. Our thought for today comes from the third president of these here United States, Thomas Jefferson, who was an American founding father. I seen his memorial. He has a very nice memorial right down on the Potomac, right down from the Lincoln Memorial. And he's one of our founding fathers here in the United States, the third president of the United States from 1801 to 1809. He was primarily author of the Declaration of Independence. Jefferson was the nation's U.S. first Secretary of State under George Washington, and then the nation's second vice president under John Adams. So he was pretty much right there at the beginning, and he was a good man to be there, I guess, for that. His quote and our thought for the day goes as follows. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. That's some powerful words there. Honesty is the first chapter in the book of wisdom. Thomas Jefferson. I think it's pretty explanatory what he meant by that. But the meaning is that truthfulness and the integrity is very important, folks. And that's integrity is it's just overflowing with. You got to be honesty with your higher integrity. The higher you're being honest with people. But so truthfulness and integrity are the essential foundational steps to gain true understanding and wisdom. Without honesty, knowledge is unreliable and decisions lack proper guidance, making integrity the necessary starting point for sound judgment and ethical living. So honesty, very important. Thomas Jefferson thought, and I totally agree with him. A very good, and Tina says absolutely. As far as that goes, oh, he's laying there. He's just okay, Jack. Jack. He's sleeping. He's just waking up. Lion wants the currents open. Yeah, he's just up here so he doesn't get chased by the other cats. And wow, yeah, the whole country. Okay, we already had that one. Okay, from one earn. But Tina says absolutely with the comment from Thomas Jefferson. So a great quote. We thank him and we say God bless and Godspeed to him. The Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson story is an interesting one. Yes, yes, especially Thomas Jeff, very much so. Um, it's basically American history. That's a very uh, a fantastic story as far as that goes. As far as that goes. So he's where are you going, Jeff? You gonna lay down? Huh? Okay, he's close that. He's he's going over. All the cats are finding their warm spots. They're off. You know, they're like a hat. They got their habits and stuff like that. Yeah, he's on the prowl. He's just right about this time wandering Australia. The Jack and the other cats are looking for their warm spot for their warm morning nap because it's cold. Let's see. Oh, we're still maintaining 67 in the house. That's what we usually average about 67, 68 in the house during the wintertime and stuff like that. So there we say thank you to Thomas Jefferson. God bless and Godspeed. Yeah, honesty is very important. Our national day for today, let's see what we got. National Escape Day. I can't escape. The snow's everywhere here in New York. I'm not going to be doing that. National Fun at Work Day. I don't work, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't. I had fun when I was at work. National Big Wig Day. Well, if you're into wigs, I like this one because I used to have these when I was over in Italy when I'd go to the cafes. National hashtag National Croissant Day. Good. I'm thinking when I think of croissants, I think of Stella's. Uh, why the hell is that not? How come my messages aren't coming up there? Let's see. Let's unpin that one. Okay, is that why? Oh, okay, got stuck on that one. Okay. Okay. But today is National Croissant Day. Stradella's is a cafe that was over there in Italy, Aviano. I was there twice, from 78 to 80. And then I went back there after we got married from 86 to 90 with the missus. And Stradella's was there both times, and the missus loved Stradella. We loved Miss Stradella's. They had some great croissants with a good cappuccino or coffee correcto. I love the coffee correcto in the morning. A little shot of grappa. It was always good. I always got well, if I was going into work, I just have the straight coffee, double coffee, coffee. Not when I got off of work. That's when I said, "Go ahead." But let's get back to the National Day. National Croissant Day. In the United States, National Croissant Day recognizes a flaky pastry enjoyed at every meal, and they're great with coffee, especially if they're filled with something. Croissants are buttery croissant-shaped rolls that are crispy on the outside and soft in the inside. Hashtag National Croissant Day. The key to a perfect croissant is laminating the dough. The laminate the dough by folding butter into the mixture creates multiple thin layers of butter and dough. The result is a mouth-watering flaky crust and air. Legend surrounds this pastry as is often the case with popular world treats. What is known as the croissant-shaped bread have been found around the world for ages. One of these was the Kipferl, which originated in Austria as far back as 13th century. This nominal bread is more like a roll. and it's good. The croissant is good as far as that goes. Yes, a foodie day again. That's what the majority of these national days are foodie days as far as that goes. So that's good. That's interesting. Okay, let's see what else we got on the docket here. Yesterday we did the audio podcast over there on Spotify for creators, which is part of it, which is part of Spotify. It is Spotify, and at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and it's a scaled down version of this format that we do for the live stream on the well, actually the live stream derived from the audio, but it's about 30 to 45 minutes where I give the bits that we have so far right now, the morning, the intro monologue of what I did, and then what is it, the weather, the thought for the day, and national day, and then instead of well, I also give the history um, as far as that goes, and oh, that's what we need to do next. We need. Well, I'll talk about this. But during the audio podcast, I always give one good story. And the story we did yesterday was concerning the return of the bison out there in the state of Illinois. Illinois, part of the prairie land, they're part of the central United States. They have prairie land out there, and you can hear sounds of drumming after 200 years absence of this one particular creature, and that's the bison. They only had like 6 bison they released. Okay, it's the first time they've had bison out in the wide open plains. Now it's fenced in, so they can keep these. They don't want these guys going into Chicago or anything like that. So, but a herd of 6 bison, 3 male, 3 females, have been released into the native Illinois prairie. And native prairie, it's probably on Indian land. It's on national Indian land. So the reservation basically and stuff. So which is good because it's the Santa. Yeah, this is the Santee Sioux tribe. It's on their property as far as that goes. And at one time there was close to um, there was close to 35 million bison out there in the central United States. Big herds, and stuff like that. And if you've ever seen one up close and personal, you don't want to agitate one of these guys. I've seen one in the various zoos I've seen over my lifetime, and they are huge. They are big guys. They're bigger than your normal dairy cow. Okay, which a dairy cow is pretty good size too. But uh, the bison are making a very strong return, and that's only a good thing because that's part of the North American um, um, landscape is to have the bison. They're one of the creatures on this blue marble, and we're taking care of them and stuff. So that's what we did on the audio Fireman Rich audio podcast on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, at Fireman Rich on Spotify, and we actually repurpose the audio here from the Monday, Wednesday, Friday morning coffee over there on Spotify too. And we do appreciate the listens. Thank you very much for the people listening at Fireman Rich on Spotify. Let's go ahead and get set up for the 100 years ago. Coffee here. So this month we started early, just about every morning coffee broadcast, and I'm liking that routine. I am liking that routine, and then I was surprised this morning as soon as I started up, the chat just filled right up. Let's see here. What's this? Okay, that's that. Let's go. Let's bring that down to there. Okay, let's see. 100 years ago with Roger Luther. Let's go ahead and set this up. He's the Broome County historian. Give us an idea what it was like 100 years ago here in the Southern Tier, New York, primarily in the Binghamton, around the Binghamton, city of Binghamton area. because I'm right between Binghamton and Elmira. So I'm in Tioga County, and Binghamton's in Broome County. It's about probably about a 25 to 30-minute drive from where I'm at. It's just I call that just down the road as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and bring up 100 years ago on Fox 40. Full disclosure, like I always say, I have no affiliation with all the news web pages that we may present here, and there's quite a few of them. I'm not going to name them all right now, but Fox 40 is one of them that we start out with 100 years ago. And I say that just primarily as full disclosure. I don't want somebody saying, "Oh, he said that and he works for Fox." No, I don't work for any of these guys. I'm retired, but I am a consumer of their information on those their web pages and stuff like that. And I share it here to give you an idea what's going on around the southern tier of upstate New York. So there's a young lady here, 100 years ago, as of January 28th. Now the 26th, we didn't have one. If we would have had one, I didn't see one in the listing. So I think that's because of the storm we had Sunday. They were still catching up from the storm as far as that goes. So let's go ahead and give a listen to this and see what happened 100 years ago as of Wednesday, July 28th, here in the southern tier of upstate New York.
And tonight we continue our segment on sharing some of Broome County's past, the curious case of stolen candy and gum. Broome County historian Roger Luther has the news that made headlines in Broome County 100 years ago today, brought to you by UHS.
100 years ago today, a telegram was received this morning from George F. Johnson in Daytona Beach, Florida, announcing that Endicott Johnson employees will receive a maximum bonus for 1925 of $87. More than 14,000 EJ employees qualify for the bonus. The new indoor swimming pool at the YWCA at Exchange and Hawley Streets was formally opened Monday night. 3 large, beautiful altars weighing 59,000 pounds have been received and will be installed in the main auditorium of the new St. John's Church on Vestal Avenue. A Castle Creek man reported to police this morning that 40 hens and 2 roosters were stolen from his chicken coop last night. And finally, a store on Charlotte Street was broken into last night. A quantity of gum and candy was taken. Police believe it was the work of small boys after finding children's footprints in the snow under the store window. That was the news, January 28th, 1926.
Oh, it sounds like we had a little bit of a crime wave there, folks, as far as that goes. Oh, those kids, they're stealing the gum and the gum and candy again, as far as that goes. They're stealing they're at it again, Tina. Yep, lots of laughs. Lots of laughs here. That's something. Oh my God, lots of laughs. There we go. You don't understand that as far as let's see. Get that. Okay, that's not working there. Okay, but yeah, they sold it's evident it's the kids. They're probably the same kids that we've heard him Roger Luther talk about them when it's candy and gum and stuff like that. Isn't gum candy, or is it 2 separate things? I don't know, but they have the footprints as evidence. Under the store window that was broken. The Castle Creek man reports more chickens are being stolen. 2 roosters. Okay, there's a crime wave going on. The St. John's Church on Vestal Avenue in Binghamton. I bet those altars in that church is still there. And then the indoor swimming pool at the YMCA at Exchange and Hawthorne. I don't know if the YMCA is still there. Let me check. Let's check. Let's see. 100 years ago. Binghamton. Let's see. Binghamton. Binghamton, New York. Let's see. Is it still there? The YMCA of Binghamton and Broome County, located at 80 Hathaway Store, is in downtown, is a community organization. Okay, it's still there. It's still there. It's still an old building and stuff like that. So let's see. Let me bring this up here real quick. Oh, no, we don't want that. No. We don't want that. Let's go with the, let's see, go with the image here. Let's see if we go with the image. No, we don't want that either. Let's go with the image. Let me see, image. And, no, I don't want that picture either. What's a good picture of it? Yeah, it's still there. Let's see. I'm trying to find, and they got YMC Apartments in Binghamton too. So let's see. Is that a good picture? Yeah, there it is. Let's go. Let's share this tab here. There it is, right there. That's the YMC. So that looks like it was built 100 years ago, as far as that goes. Let me see how that looks. How does that look? Let's see. That's right there. Yeah, that's the YMCA right there. You can see YMCA, but they also have apartments there that where they rent out and stuff like that. So let's see. We're back over here. So it gives you an idea. There's another look at it. So it's still there. That's the YMC. Got a new swimming pool. They got apartments, a little addition there to the old addition. But there's that. Okay. And let's see the church. Let's see if we can find the church here. The church, what is that? That's St. John's Church on Vestal Avenue. Let's see let's see if we can find that one. Let's see. Let me check here real quick. Okay, there we go. Let me check. We'll check on the church. It's the parish of St. John's and Andrew Catholic Church. So, okay, let's see, images. No, we don't want that page. I'm getting pages with ads on. I don't want that. Oh, that's a beautiful church too. Let's see if that gives us a picture. Oh, here's the web page right here. Let's go ahead and see what they have. No, let's back out of here and okay, there's the church right there. There's the church. This is off of the local PBS channel, as far as that goes. And inside the church, no, we don't want that one. Jesus Louises. What can we find? Oh, this is on. No, that won't work. Facebook didn't work. Let's see. Let's see if this shows. This is their webpage right here. This is, you can see there's the altar right there. It's a Catholic church. Oh, Tina says it's their kids, the next generation. It's something. Let's see if it gives us Oh, there's the church right there. Oh, there it is. That gives you an idea what the church looks like right there. And let's see. And yeah, Big Juice is missing out again, Double J's. Yeah. Big Juice is missing out, and Tina's laughing at that. And Tina says, it's her kids on this. Yeah, that's it. And Double J's Tina's laughing at Double J's. But that's the church right there from 100 years ago. The St. John's Church, a Catholic church, and you can see there's the altars and stuff like that. And then what is it? What was the last item there? 100 years ago, a telegram was received by George F. Johnson. You heard me talk about him a lot. George F. Johnson, he is a very public figure back in the day, president, CEO, and owner of EJ Corporation there in Endicott. Johnson City, New York is named after him. He was very influential back in the day. He was given a raise. And we're just talking, I had a raise when I had that 200 panels at IBM. But this raise, let's see, the Johnson City employees will receive a maximum bonus. That means everybody's not going to get it, but $87. So what's $87? You think, oh, that's not a big raise. Well, $87 back from 1928 is worth about $1,611.35 here in 2026. And that's this represents a cumulative inflation rate of 1,750% over the last 101 years, meaning prices have increased significantly. So that's the price difference there as far as that goes. I found that pretty interesting. We played 100 years ago over there on the Fireman Rich audio podcast, and so I found that pretty interesting, and that was worth that much. In other history, it was on this day in 1815, Thomas Jefferson off to restock the shelves of the Library of Congress, which had been destroyed in the War of 1812. And this is after he was president now, selling Congress more than 6,000 books from his own library, twice as many that had been burned. So he was thinking about the country, and as far as that goes. And in 1911, the first airplane rescue at sea near Cuba via the USS Terry. So they had an airplane in the air. A happy 75th birthday to Phil Collins, the drummer and singer of Genesis. He was born there back in 1951 on this day. And let's see. It was back in 2005, the Iraqis voted in their country's their first free election in half a century. That was after Saddam Hussein was taken care of there. On the AP side, let's see what we got here. Does it get daylight? It's starting to get a light. It's cloudy out there. You can see it. It's a cloudy overcast. It was on this day, January 30th, 1948, in India. We forgot to give the weather in India. Double J's is here. Let's see. In Mumbai at 5:23 p.m., Double J's. New Delhi, the weather is sunny with some passing clouds, 66 degrees Fahrenheit. And down in Mumbai at 5:23 p.m., it's raining in Mumbai at 5:23 p.m. in their late afternoon, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. But this bit of history on January 30th, 1948, Indian political and spiritual leader Mahatma Gandhi was assassinated and killed in New Delhi by by a Hindu extremist. I'm not going to mention his name. I can't even pronounce his name, but Mahatma Gandhi, a very, very important person back in the day, and a very great man that walked this earth. And I have high regards for him. If you ever seen the movie, I can't remember the guy that the movie Gandhi, and Double J says, yeah, it's celebrated as Martyrs. Okay, today's Martyrs Day in India. Yeah. I knew who he was, but then until I saw the movie Gandhi, it's a 3-hour movie. There was actually an intermission after 2 hours for like 5 minutes. And that's a great story. I can't remember the actor that, let me see, Gandhi movie. Let's see. Who was in the Gandhi movie? It was back in 2013. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Oh, let's see. Oh, I spelt it wrong. That's why. What is it? Gandhi. Oh, there it is. It was a 1982 movie. Okay, there it is. With Ben Kingsley. Ben Kingsley played Gandhi. And what a he was great. And the movie was a great movie. The 1982 film Gandhi is generally praised for capturing the spirit and philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, the Indian Indians' independence, but took significant historical liberties, condensing events. They altered some time, but it was a movie, and simplified complexity, figures, and issues. For us Westerners, Hindu, Muslim terrors, and his South African experience. But it was a great movie. It gave the core philosophy of Gandhi, I think, and Ben Kingsley's portrayal of Gandhi was fantastic. He did capture. I thought we were watching Gandhi. I mean, I don't know. I've seen some old film clips of him, and it's just amazing as far as Ben Kingsley. Yes, thank you, Double J's. A great movie. That's up there in my top 10 movies as far as that goes. It's a great movie. I could say it's one of the great movies I've watched. A very long movie, but it tells his story, and it was nonviolence. He protest nonviolence. Unlike the protests that we have here in the United States that I'm freaking bent on the shape about, but that's another story for another program. So we say God bless and Godspeed. Well, he was a Hindu, but I'm going to still say God bless and Godspeed to a great human being that a great and Indians should the country of India should be proud of him because he's world renowned. It's just amazing, the story. That's probably one of the greatest stories too I came across personally, and I'm not throwing a line of bullshit. That man. There's certain individuals in our lifetime that we know about and influence, and I think he is one of the greatest as far as that goes. Let's see. In 1649, England's King Charles I was executed for high treason. They did a lot of that, executing their royal families when they got too much. I wonder if that's going to happen to Prince Edward. Oh, he's not a prince anymore, is he? It's like they just shunned him. As far as that goes, Double J says the irony is after independence, the partition of the country was violent. Yeah, that's true, because that's when Pakistan and What's the other bookend? You got Pakistan, and what's the other end? Oh, what is it? Let's see. Let me go to Google Maps. Pakistan and India. Well, what was it? Was it Bangladesh? Wasn't that part of India too? Is that what I'm trying to think of? The other side? Let me see. Yeah, wasn't Bangladesh part of India? Double J's. You had Pakistan, India. I know they separated, but wasn't Bangladesh part of India also? There are a couple other minor other countries over there on that side, on the western part of India, over by West Bengal and stuff like that. I think I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm not sure because I just remember during World War II that's where most of the as far as recapturing the Burma Road there during World War II. They said they came out of India, so they had to come through that portion of. Let's see. No, Bangladesh was part of Pakistan, known as East. Oh, okay, there was the two Pakistans. Okay, I gotcha. Okay, okay, all right. That's where they. That's right. Okay, they were both sides. Okay, and then they became independent with India's help much later. Okay, gotcha. Okay, Bangladesh. Okay, it was East and West Pakistan. They were the same country, but they were on either side of India. That's on. That's canny. Okay. We're getting a little bit of history of India again here, thanks to Double J's. Appreciate that, Double J's. As far as that goes, let's see. 1945, during World War II, a Soviet submarine torpedoed the German ship MV Wilhelm Gustave in the Baltic Sea, killing over 9,000. Most of them were refugees. I remember seeing that on the History Channel. As far as that was towards the end of the war. The Soviet Union, they didn't have to. But roughly 1,000 survived out of the 9,000. I remember them mentioning that. That was pretty. 1968 on this day, over in Vietnam during the Vietnam War, the Tet Offensive began during where is that? During the Vietnam War, as communist forces launched surprise attacks against South Vietnamese towns and cities. An old fire chief of mine, when I first started in the volunteers, he was over there during the Tet Offensive, and it was not good. That was a pretty chaotic time. And let's see, Bangladesh was part of Pakistan, known as East Pakistan. Okay, they became independent with India. Okay, so that gotcha. And Double J says unity and diversity. That's India. You get all religions and kinds of people in India. Yeah, you said that before. Yeah, that's what's so fascinating about India, as far as that goes. The diversity, as far as that goes. Let's see. 1969, the Beatles staged an unannounced concert atop Apple's headquarters in London that would be their first or their last public performance. I think prior to that, they made the last concert was in Yankee Stadium here in the United States. I remember they aired that. My older brother watched that, and I watched a little bit of it. I remember as a kid. 1973. 13 Catholic civil rights marchers were shot and killed by the British soldiers in Northern Ireland in what became known as Bloody Sunday. That was during the time, late 60s and into the early 70s. Northern Ireland was a mess. Belfast was like every other day, every weekend during that time, there was a bombing in Belfast and stuff. It was not a good time. The Catholics and Protestants, they were fighting for years and years, over a couple hundred years and stuff like that. And they culminated. Now there's peace in Northern Ireland, which is good. They don't like each other still, but at least they're not killing each other. That's what has to be done. Let's see. And that's all on the history there, folks. So We're done with that. And we're right at an hour and 17 minutes. And we're right at the top of the hour. So I think Tina's getting ready. I like this starting early because we get a little extra time in there. Okay, Tina, I was just going to say it's top of the hour. So you're going to go off and see Hal there and say hi to Hal there. We might check in on him and stuff like that. Yeah, we'll see you later. Bye. Much love to you. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you. Lots of we might check in on him and stuff like that, depending on how it goes here. It's a Friday, so sometimes we check in on Hal, and sometimes we check in on Jim Figerty, who is online right now. Oh, that went down the wrong tube. That went down the wrong tube. And you get a little water here. What's that? Yeah, getting all choked up here. Tina's leaving. And Double J's is saying, have a great weekend to Tina. And Tina says, he asked about you. Yes. Okay, I'm going to have to stop in and say hi to him. And I said, you were great. Thank you, Tina. We'll have to stop in when we come back from a break. We're going to take a break here now, folks. And I gotta refresh my coffee and clear my throat a little bit and stuff. You're welcome, Tina. See you later. Ciao for now. We'll stop in to see Hal when we get back from break. I guess we can do that before we get into the news sections there as far as that goes. Let me shut this down here. We don't need those. And we'll shut that one down there too. And we need that one. We need that one, and we got that one, and we can put this one on the world stage there. So just in case we need a map. So we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we will be right back. Here we got 5 people on Rumble. Thank you, Rumble. 1 person on Local. We got 1 person on YouTube. Thank you, YouTube, and 3 people over there on Twitch. We'll be back in a couple minutes here. I'm going to take a little bit of a break and refresh my coffee. Are we done? Yeah, I think we're done. If I don't choke on myself and stuff like that. So we'll be right back, folks. are back here on the Friday morning coffee for 01.30.2026 at Rumble video broadcast. Rich Roberts at Fireman Rich here on the Rumble, at Fireman Rich over there on X, my mainstay for posting on social media feeds. We're going to be going into the second half of the broadcast here. We already had a great first half there with our folks that are in the chat here. We got 3 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 1 person over there on YouTube, and 2 people over on Twitch. And one of the things we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and go over on the Twitch side. Let me see. We're going to go say hi to Hal. Oh, where's Hal? Hal's? Oh, I don't even know where Hal's at. Where's Hal's at? Is he on the Facebook? Let me see if he's on Facebook. Do I follow Hal? I don't know. Where is he? Where's he at? Is he on? He's not on Twitch. So he's got to be on Facebook. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Hal Massa. Is he live on Facebook right now? Yeah, okay. He's on the Facebook. So let's go over to. Okay, he's over on the Facebook. So we're going to say hi to him on the Facebook.
Ladies, it bites through everything. And when you're outside shoveling or trying to work on a car or something,
Oh,
like
I can't imagine working outside.
Okay, there's Hal.
Your little fingers get so cold that it becomes impossible.
He's over on the
use them.
Facebook. This is where
So,
Tina's
in the
at. Tina's
20s,
over there right
in the
now.
mid-20s,
She's saying good morning to
somebody
Rachel.
went outside, change a tire.
Let's
and,
go ahead and
I
say
have a
good
hub
morning to
assembly
him.
That's gone bad on the van. So as I drive, it's just humming like crazy. I did
Where's
get
my
the part.
Facebook?
I'm wondering, because I don't have a garage, where am I going to do this? Well, looking ahead, in the 20s, I'll do it right outside. That's not going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
That's not, especially coming out of this stretch of negative temperature. Who wants to be outside doing a darn thing?
Yeah, nobody.
No, not even your vehicle wants to be out there. So in the 20s, I may actually get a chance to get out there and change that hub assembly, because I'm not doing it when it's negative.
No, I get you.
I'm just not
My
going out
Jeep desperately needs a car wash, but I'm not sure. Is it safe to drive a car through a car wash?
You know, Steph, it's funny because I asked myself that earlier this week because I thought the same thing. Obviously, driving on our nice Michigan road.
Are my
that
door's going to freeze? Am I
Yes.
going to be able to get my window
That's
down?
what I was curious about. Like, is he going to freeze my door shut? I'm going to
Yeah.
go home and try to get out. Nope, you're not going anywhere. You are.
I don't know. He's usually
Yeah.
first in line, Rachel. I don't know where he is right now.
Same thing, because I myself learned to try it. Now I do know.
And we're saying hi
some
to
of the
Hal.
washes, as you pull out, actually have a cool catch.
I don't know. It might take a minute before he recognizes. He's
Pretty
an
sure
actual
when I go
radio
to his house,
entity,
I
and
for one of those. That's what because I was thinking the same thing because I have the salt in that gray film.
Yeah.
And like you, I drive a black vehicle. So it shows. It's no longer black. Now it's like this sort of weird gray.
Well, I'm just thinking of all that salt and stuff
Yes, me
still
too. Yeah.
on my paint job.
That's why our vehicles rust.
Right. But when is it too cold to wash your car?
That's a great question because
Maybe we'll
like I
throw
said,
it out there. Somebody has an answer.
Hey, look at this. Fireman Rich
Yeah.
I did not-
making a guest appearance. Welcome, sir. Good to see you.
I was waiting for the 20s.
How has the winter storm affected you guys in upstate New York?
To get out there and wash that vehicle.
I just feel like I have to apologize to Frank every morning when I get in because he's so dirty.
Yes, I thought the same thing about Tiff because our secretary up front, our office manager, she is fantastic. But the other day she was vacuuming up because all of us walking in tracking.
got your hi from Tina
Laying up the carpet. Yes, no, she's out there
and
vacuuming up.
overdue.
I'm sorry, Tiff. I didn't even think to get on that, but you're such a trooper.
Right,
Out there
you,
kicking
yeah.
butt. Yeah, exactly. Taking care of the office. And it's one of those places, you know, if you got a house, you're probably bringing salt
Oh, for sure.
and all of that stuff. And I have hardwood floors.
Whoa, 13 to 14 inches in snow last Sunday. Whoa.
The Foxhole Morning Show.
Be careful when you're shoveling that.
Coming up very quickly, we've got 2 chances for you to win. We've got Porn Star or Weatherman. Right
Okay,
around
so this is
7:30.
Hal
Follow
Massa. He's over.
immediately
He
by
bounces
Step
around. He
Slash
starts
Back.
over on
All
TikTok.
right, and the office hours.
Then he goes
Service of
over on
Michigan Lumber
Facebook.
Company.
He's
For
on
over 100
Facebook.
years
After this,
supplying
he'll be
Flint,
going
Michigan
to
with top quality lumber and building
YouTube,
materials.
and
And
then
Michigan
he
Lumber
finishes out
Company
on
is your
Twitch. I think
go-to
today
source
Friday is
for
being this
quality
is a
deck
stream.
products. That has a nice
Is
ring to it, doesn't it?
it's
Quality deck products.
Just a deck, yeah.
Yeah, see them all at MichiganLumber.com and follow them on Facebook.
And talk with the traffic here in a second. I don't think it's going to be very long either, because since we're into January, we have fewer commercials than we normally would have
No.
later on in the
Yeah.
year when all of the new sponsored
Great.
contracts kick in. We don't have that many working
Hey.
right now, so I'm going to have to
You all
go
have
into
a
that.
great
But I want to talk to
day.
you about shoveling snow in a minute. Since you guys are both mentioning it, and Linda was lamenting how difficult it can be, talking about the shoveling of that. I have a way that I do it that has really helped me a whole lot in terms of techniques. Learned quite a while ago. Where I'm shoveling now is a lot easier than where I used to live.
Let's see. Okay, you all have a great day.
Got a couple of things to tell you about. One of them in Vienna Township, a crash on Vienna Road, about the 4500 block
He's
of Vienna
doing
Road
the
over by the
traffic
mobile
update. That's
station.
part
That's
of
going
his
to be
job, is
potentially
doing
a
the
slow
traffic
spot. And if you're
update.
going up into Bay County, know that there's a water main break that's closed West Jenny at Winona. So know that as well. And also, anytime that you need Vehicle City traffic information, you're always able to get it at classicfox.com/traffic. Whenever you happen to spot a crash or unusual slowdown, you can tell us about it at 810-230-WRSR. That is 810-230-9777 to be a traffic tipster right here on 103.9 The Fox.
Okay, we're gonna.
I had an old place. It was basically a gravel kind of driveway, and it was lengthy. So you always run into.
Okay, no, they're not doing the scream yet. We're gonna go ahead and we did our pop in there. So it's just Hal's a great guy. He's he's an actual radio entity. So he let's see. Let me check this real quick. Okay, yeah, we checked in. That's good checking in and stuff. It's a Friday thing we do as far as checking in and stuff like that. It's always good to say hi. Hal's a great entity. Like I said, he's on 4 different. Every 30 minutes he's on a different platform for 2 hours. Starts out on TikTok, and then he's on Facebook, and then he'll go to he'll be on he'll go on Twitch. I think Twitch is next, and then YouTube he's on. So at 7:30 he'll be on Twitch until 8 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock he's on the YouTube and stuff like that. So he's a good entity there. Let's seeing that we're doing this, let's go ahead and check in on let's see, our good friend Jim Figerty. Oh, what's he doing? He's he's out and about here. Let's show you him. Share the tab. This is Jim Figerty. He's out and about he's out and about right now. So what the hell's he doing here? Let's see. This is Jim Figerty. He's got his car parked or something. Not sure what he's doing. So let's go ahead and bring this up here. And yeah, we got the volume on. So let's say, let's see, this is Liam. His handle is Jim Figerty let's see, what is it? It's over here on Thought for the Day. Right? Yeah, this is it's Jim Figerty's his handle. It's Liam is his actual name. And we'll say good morning to the folks here on the Twitch. And let's see, good morning. Liam and all his viewers from me and my viewers. Morning coffee. Okay. Southern Tier of Upstate New York. I don't know if it looks like he's getting his car fixed or he's doing something. Southern Tier. Upstate New York. Good morning. I messed it up. Good morning.
Wednesday, the 11th, 9:30. Good morning, Rich. How are you? The fuck? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining in.
End of the week. Doing good after this past
I've never seen this place so busy in my life. Never.
Sunday's snowstorm.
Booked out till early April. I was lucky. Hi, Mal. Hello. Hey, will we take a walk up to Dunamaze? We will. We'll go to Dunamaze. Fuck it. Oh, Lord.
It's Michael Mason.
Please, drop the weapon!
I don't want to put we won't. I'll silence the sound on the commercials and stuff, but you can see Liam off to the right there. He's driving, so he's out and about doing some. Me and my fat fingers. Okay. You all have a great day. And weekend. Stay safe. Okay, so that's Liam. He's on the move. He's on the road right now. He's got a great following, a great bunch of people over there. And let's see, what did they say? We had hello. Yeah. And so that's Liam. So we said good morning. That's I started doing this a while back, and I haven't done it in a while. And that's the Friday morning or Friday morning pop-ins to say hello to those two gentlemen. They're outstanding broadcasters. Go ahead and check them out. As far as that goes, Jim Figerty, that's Liam over there on Twitch, and he's driving the Irish countryside right now, so he's taking care of some business here on this Friday. And he's a great guy. Known him for a couple years now. And the same thing with Hal Massa. Of course, he's all over the place. He starts on, like I said, I guess he starts on TikTok, and let me set this back up here. He starts on TikTok and for 30 minutes, then he goes over to Facebook, where we saw him on Facebook. He's a radio entity. He's out there in Michigan. And Hal Massa, he's on Twitch, on YouTube, and Facebook, and TikTok. So we caught him on the Facebook. I usually watch him, I guess, when we finish this broadcast after 2 hours. And I do the post stuff here on this broadcast as far as that goes. So just a quick Friday hello. I like doing that on a Friday. It's a good Friday thing. Let's get to our news broadcasts here, web pages here from starting on Fox 40. I have no affiliation with these news web pages. We're going to go to Fox 40 again. We got WEBO, the radio station here in Owego, WNBF, the radio station out there in Binghamton, Channel 12. It's in Johnson City. Their web page, their news CBS affiliate. WAAL, sister channel of WNBF. We got Channel 34 in Binghamton, the TV show or TV news webpage. WENY, which is out in Elmira, which is about a 30-minute drive to the west of here. And Channel 18, which is out there in Elmira also. Penny Saver, WKGB, which is the radio station out there in, I don't think there's anything on there. Let's see. We'll have to check. We look at their webpage along with KISS 104, which is another, it's KISS 104.1, which is another sister channel of WAAL and WNBF. Spectrum News, we'll see what Spectrum News has. And then up in Buffalo, we got the Power 93.7 WBLK, along with Country 106.5 WYRK that's up there in Buffalo. We'll check their web pages. WGR 550, we look at theirs, and what's this, 1440.com and stuff like that. And but before we go to that, let's go ahead and tell you about the sports here. Wednesday in NBA action, the Celtics, they lost to the Atlanta Hawks 117-106. That's my team that I follow and I'm a fan of, and I also follow the New York Knicks and the Brooklyn Nets, where the Nets ended up losing to the Nuggets last night, 107-103, and the Knicks did not play, it looks like. And then today we're going to have the Knicks will be playing the Trailblazers tonight at 7:30 in Madison Square Garden, and the Celtics will be playing the Kings tonight, and the Nets will be playing the Jazz, Utah Jazz, out there in Utah. Tomorrow, none of those teams play, and then Sunday, the Bucks will be in Boston to play the Celtics at 3:30 in the afternoon Sunday, and the Nets will be playing the Pistons out in Detroit, so they're on the road, and the Knicks will be hosting the Lakers Sunday at 7 p.m. And we'll check on Monday on those, follow up on those scores here. NHL action, I just look at the box scores, but as of Wednesday night, the Rangers and Islanders played. The Islanders beat the Rangers 5-2, and then the next evening, their first game was down in Long Island. The next game, the Islanders and Rangers played in Madison Square Garden. Islanders won again 2-1 last night. And let's see, the Buffalo Sabres, they beat the Kings 4-1. All right, Buffalo Sabres. And I do follow the Boston Bruins. I like the Bruins. I've actually seen the Bruins play 6-3. They beat the Flyers last night. That's a good win for them. And today there's no games. There's just one game. Let's see, going into the weekend, Rangers will be playing the Penguins tomorrow at 3:30. And let's see, Buffalo Sabres will be playing the Canadiens tomorrow at 7. And then going into Sunday, the Bruins will be playing the Lightning. So Islanders must be off. NFL action, of course, everybody knows there's no football this weekend because it'll be the Super Bowl. Super Bowl will be the 8th, which is when is the 8th? Is that next Sunday? Not this Sunday. It's a week from this Sunday, right? Yeah. No. Yeah, a week from this Sunday. So there's no football this weekend. But it's a week from this Sunday, the Super Bowl, Seahawks and Patriots. I'm pulling for the Seahawks. Of course, there is some football news. As far as NFL football news, and that pertains to Sean McDermott, who is stirring up interest from NFL teams after his firing. The Buffalo Bills fired Sean McDermott after failing to reach the AFC Championships game, which I think was a lame excuse because according to the press conference that the owner and the GM that got promoted, he didn't get fired, but he got promoted and came in the same time that McDermott, that Sean McDermott coaching the Bills, he said he made it apparent that he made his decision right there in the locker room right after the game, which I thought is lame. I could tell that's as lame as a fan. You had emotion flowing and stuff. You should have waited a couple days. McDermott is reported getting interest from teams to become a coordinator. He was most recently connected to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, according to Fox Sports. However, it's expected that Sean McDermott will take his time. That's what I'm seeing, because he was looking at going to Cleveland, but Cleveland already hired somebody. There's only 2 teams left, I believe, that have open: Arizona and Las Vegas. Las Vegas would be a good thing for him because they got a first-round draft choice as far as that goes. And where is that now? Here, that article. But however, he's expected to take some time off and reassess his options in 2027. McDermott has some connections with the Buccaneers as he worked with the team general manager, Jason Liggett, in Philadelphia in early 2000. But the Buccaneers are looking to retool after a disappointing 8-9 season. They missed the playoffs and are looking to rebuild their coaching staff. Tampa Bay offered fired offensive coordinator Josh Gizzard and hired Zach Robinson. The Bills have also filled the vacant coaching spot for McDermott. Yeah, Joe Brady, and which he was the offensive coordinator. And let's just face it, he was going to get the job anyway. But Joe Brady, he has expressed in the news here the support for King Coleman after Bills owner comments. Not comments, he threw him under the bus. So, and it looks like the Eagles have a new offensive coordinator too from, was it Sean Mannins, hired Packers quarterback coach. Okay, and Eagles hired former NFL quarterback as offensive coordinator after Super Bowl. Okay. So there's some jockeying. Let's see. Josh Allen will be ready for off-season program after surgery for a broken bone in his foot. And Sean McDermott, I'm keeping tabs on him. I like to see where he goes. I think he's a good coach. I think he got shafted by the owner and the GM. How can you fire the coach if you don't do and you promote the GM? It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't sit right for me as far as that goes. But Sean McDermott, they say Josh Allen was very emotional after learning of Sean McDermott's firing. Well, I think the whole team should be, because I think he's still Bills. Josh Allen assigns blame for what's this one? Many were shocked when Buffalo Bills fired Sean McDermott 24 hours after the team 30. Yeah, that's the thing. They should have waited. And while the Bills replaced McDermott, his offensive coordinator Joe Brady moves in a move many believe to be the best possible. It's clear some believe the 51-year-old coach was unfairly scapegoated. I think it wasn't believed. I think he was a scapegoat after Buffalo's failed to get to the AFC Championship. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, star quarterback and reigning MVP Josh Allen made it known that he believes he shouldered some of the blame for McDermott's hasty firing. It could have been. I don't know. If I made one more play that game in Denver, we probably would not be having this press conference right now, Allen told reporters. We'd probably not making a change. In all honesty, we'd probably be getting ready for play another game. And that's true. It just, there was too much emotion. And I think the owner is wrong. That's just my opinion. He has his opinion. It's his team and stuff. But as a fan, I think it was wrong. Joe Brady is expressing high expectations as he succeeds Sean McDermott. Well, I have some misgivings about Buffalo now. We'll just have to see what happens as far as that goes. So, and then keep track of where Sean McDermott ends up here in the NFL. I'm sure he'll be coming back. I'd like to see him go to the Ravens. That'd be cool. Or Miami. Another thing of football, we had Manchester City Football Club. They Wednesday afternoon they did win in the championship league against Galatasaray. And let's see, this weekend they're scheduled to play Sunday at 11:30. Tottenham, Manchester City in the Premier League. So that's the other football that we play or we keep tabs on. So we're still maintaining 5 on Rumble. Rumble rocks. Yes, thank you, Rumble. Oh, we went down to 4. 1 person on local, 2 people on YouTube now, and 2 people on Twitch. So we're going to go ahead and let's check some news on Fox 40, see what we have. If there's anything on there of interest that pops out, and I'm not seeing anything. Oh, skier Lindsey Vonn crashes at Cranes, Montana 1 week before the Olympics. Is she injured? Set to be one of the faces upcoming. 41-year-old had skidded out of into the safety net while she was able to ski down the bottom of the Swiss. And after her crash, she appeared to be in great discomfort in her left knee. Ooh, that could be. She's had torn ligaments in both knees, suffering. So hopefully she's all right for the Olympics. The Olympics are in 1 week. Okay, we talked about that on Wednesday about the fire loss. January 28th. That was Wednesday. So we already talked about that one. And I'm not seeing anything on Fox 40. Let's see, WEBO, the radio station here, full disclosure, Endicott fights second fire. Oh, no, we saw that one. Okay. We talked about that one Wednesday on WEBO. They talked about the fire. And so nothing there. WNBF, let's see. Nothing on WNBF. Oh, Delta posting new flight schedules up there at Binghamton Airport. Okay, that's good. They're going to be getting some flights. Delta was looking at pulling out, according to WNBF, but they since changed their mind, which is a good thing. I think Delta's the only major. Let's see. So nothing on WNBF. What about WBNG? FAS New York unveils plan to increase recruitment and retention for volunteer firefighters. Let's see what this one's about. This is fire related. Let's see what this one. Let's go ahead and bring this one up. Share that. And Oh, where is it? There's my thing there, right there. We'll bring this one up as far as from WBNG, Channel 12. No affiliation with them as far as that goes on any of these web pages, but gives you an idea what's going on. It looks like they're trying to increase recruitment. And that's a major issue here in New York State. It's mostly volunteer firefighters. I used to be a volunteer firefighter for 15 years. I could go back, but then I think I've more than served my time. So let's see what this one's about.
Here, fire departments throughout New York State are sounding the alarms on decreasing enrollment, but one organization has created a vision to bring new faces to the fire trucks. 12 News' Daniel Curran joins us live in studio with more on this proposed legislation. Daniel, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, Aaron. Officials say Broome County has lost more than half its volunteers, firefighters, in the last 25 years, but believe these proposals could turn things around. Volunteer fire departments have been in decline throughout New York State. Firefighters Association of the State of New York Association Secretary John D'Alessandro says the state has lost a third of its volunteer firefighters over the last 20 years. Fastney recently unveiled its Volunteer Optimization Legislative Initiative, which aims to increase recruitment and retention.
For the last 10 years, our efforts have basically stopped the bleeding in the sense that we were bringing in about as many people as we were losing every year. So we wanted to start to get ahead of this now. So that's why we came up with the Volunteer Optimization Legislative Initiative.
The initiative consists of 14 policy proposals at the state, county, and local level. Things like raising tax credits from $200 to $800, student loan forgiveness, child care tax credits, and other incentives for young people to join the force.
The less people that a department has, in the environment where call counts in every community continue to go up, the more burden you're putting on those remaining volunteers, which then starts a cycle of exhausting them, burning out, and leaving the volunteer fire service.
Broome County Firefighters Association President Robert Brady says these losses have been felt in the area. He says Broome County tallied 2,000 volunteer firefighters 25 years ago, but are down to just 900 today.
Everybody doesn't have to run into a burning building. There's a variety of jobs that can be done, but we do need people bad. We need drivers, we need pump operators, we need people to help maintain our equipment, just do fundraising, do a variety of things at the station.
Brady believes these proposals, if passed, would achieve its mission to bring new faces into the fire departments across New York State.
Everybody wants to do something pretty much that is compensated. The days of really volunteering, and that goes for any organization, not just the fire service, is pretty much gone. Some sort of, almost like a second job or a second, part-time type of thing, where you could be reimbursed something.
Now, the full list of Fastney's policy proposals can be found on our website, WBNG.com. Live in studio, Daniel Curran, 12 News.
So there you have it. They're doing the initiative with tax incentives, help with education in the schools and stuff like that. And I have to mention that Mr. Brady there, I know him personally. I've worked with him. There he is, Mr. Bob Brady, a great guy. I've known him for, over 15 some years and stuff like that. And it's good to see that he's still active. He'd probably tell me, get your ass back in the volunteers, Rich. But I know him. He's actually, I worked with him at the day job. And as far as that goes, people are busy making money. But the thing is, Double J say, you have to do, you have to give back to the community. I did 15 years after I got out of the Air Force and the volunteers, and then what they're talking about burnout, it was a result of burnout. I just couldn't do it anymore. Mr. Brady, he's been in it for his whole life as far as that goes. Well over 50, going on 60 years now. He's a coordinator. He's a member of the Endwell Fire Department there. He's a great guy. I worked with him for a number of years when I was at the day job, and a very good guy. He also likes to bake. He used to bring in cookies and brownies and his baked goods. They were great. He's a great guy. Enwell Fire Department's one of those premier. That's in Broome County. I'm in Tioga County, so but he's a great guy, and but it is a great concern here. Yeah, people are busy out making money, but as if you want to be part of the community, you have to give a little bit back, and for from where I'm at, to have a paid fire department, you can't. You have to have a volunteer. It's not sustainable to have a paid fire department everywhere in the state. It'd be. But there is some help coming from the state as far as that goes, and it's always good to see Mr. Brady there, Bob there. He's a great guy, and as far as that goes. So. But it is a concern, and it's given some initiative as far as some tax breaks and education, pay for firefighters' education here in New York State. That's the incentive as far as that goes. So it's an ongoing thing. It has been since I've been out of the service as far as that goes. So, but it looks like they're getting that from what the one gentleman said from Fast New York. They're getting a handle on it to where it's coming back a little bit. There's a lot of training involved to be a volunteer firefighter now, and time is of the essence, or is important. And people are out there busy making money, Double J's, but people, you don't have to be out there fighting the fires. You can be part of the fire company to take care of other things. There's a lot more. It's a multi-dynamic a volunteer fire department nowadays. Okay, let's see what else we have on Channel 12. Oh, we have Binghamton University researchers leads. Oh, they're down in Antarctica. Let's look at this one. Oh, this is okay. No, just like Binghamton University researchers starting a 3-week expedition in the Antarctic. The expedition is to collect 70 million-year-old rocks to research clues of the Earth. Okay, so it's just a video. Let me bring it up here. Here's the video, or not. There's no video. It's just a verbiage of it. But Binghamton University is down there at the South Pole. Oh, let's see. Where is that? Oh, let me see. Let me bring this up. No. Oh, wrong one. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the picture. There they are. Binghamton University researchers are down there in an expedition down to the South Pole. Yep, they got the bunny suits on. It's cold down there, I imagine. But let's see. The weather conditions in Antarctica may not feel that different from the current conditions in Binghamton area. That's for sure. But they're going to be collecting 70 million-year-old rocks to do some research into the Earth's deep past. The research took time to represent Binghamton University during the mission, even from 9,000 miles away. So they're down there in the Antarctica. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, let's see what else we have on WBNG. Binghamton University, it's in Vestal, New York. It's a good university. Winter conditions pose challenges. I think we had this one already. Yeah, we had that one. Drivers, temporary lane closure. And this was 17 hours ago. So that's yesterday. Drivers should expect temporary lane closes as crews install. Okay, they're installing a new light. Okay, so there we got that. Nothing on the whale. Same articles as WNBF. Let's see. Channel 34. Multiple house fires in Endicott. Let's see if we got any video on this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one. This is on Channel 34. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring this one up here. Multiple house fires. And this is of the 29th. This is from the 29th. That's been updated as of yesterday. So we'll go ahead and bring this one up and see what this is all about here. On Channel 34, this is out of Binghamton. but they're talking about the fires in Endicott. So let's go ahead and start this one.
The Endicott Fire Department has had a busy week battling a pair of house fires in the village. Tuesday afternoon at about 1:30, firefighters were called to 106 Fillmore Avenue, where they found a working structure fire. They were met with several challenges, including difficulty hooking up to a hydrant and the electrical service arcing on the outside of the building. The fire quickly spread from the first to the second floor, and a second alarm brought in off-duty personnel and fire departments from neighboring municipalities. Crews were able to eventually extinguish the fire, but the house is a total loss. The cause was electrical. No one was injured, and the residents are being assisted by the Red Cross. Then yesterday morning, just before 6 o'clock, crews were back at it again, this time at 5 Parsons Avenue. Firefighters found heavy fire and called out a second alarm. The fire spread to the entire building.
Okay, that first one we saw, we were talking about that Wednesday. This is the second one from yesterday.
The house was deemed a total loss. The cause is still under investigation. No injuries were reported, and the occupants are also being helped by the Red Cross. The fire department says the back-to-back major fires and cold temperatures made for an exhausting 16-hour period.
So this fire compared to this is a second fire. We talked about a fire Wednesday, but this is a second fire. You can see the snow conditions. A lot of fire charring on the back end there. But Endicott, New York, that's a paid fire department. Okay, so they're a paid fire department, and they had two house fires. Nobody injured. That's a big thing. That's a good thing. But on this particular fire, the cause was electrical again. So that's usually seems to be the case. Both fires are under condition. Both fires, they found heavy fire and called in a second alarm when it came in. And the first fire, they had problems with the hydrant. So that's more than what we knew before. So, and it can happen. Hydrants can freeze up as far as that goes. So, okay, so that's on channel 34. Anything else on channel 34? No. Okay, that's it for that. Let's go ahead and go to WENY. Anything on WENY? Let's see. That's a national. We don't do the national and stuff. And I'm not too happy with WENY. They just don't really have that much there, it seems. They talk about the ski. Lindsey Vonn crashes. Got that. Okay. Let's see. Do they have something? Oh, local. Let's check the local. Anything on the local side? And I'm not seeing anything. Okay. And let's see. Channel 18. That's out in Elmira too. Extended cold weather advisory. Is there? Let's see. Yeah, we went over that. We got cold weather coming in. And I'm not seeing anything there. Penny Saver. Let's see. What do we got on news in the Penny Saver? Anything? Nothing on the Penny Saver. January 25th. That was Sunday. So that was that past weekend. KGB. I'm not seeing anything on KGB. And KISS 104. Same as WAL and nothing really. Sometimes they do have something different. Spectrum News. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Nothing there. No, it's quiet. Quiet for a Friday. Let's see. Bitter cold, localize. Okay. They got an article. Bills quarterback Josh Allen still coming to grips with coaching change, playoff loss, and foot injury. Coach Sean McDermott after playoffs. We already talked about that. And
got a broken foot, right?
Yeah, I guess he had surgery yesterday, from what I'm seeing in the news and stuff like that. So I guess he's a little distraught because he feels that if he would have won the game, McDermott still be there. So
Well, that's not what he's saying on the
What
news
is-
conferences.
what are you hearing?
Well, no, on the news conferences he seems very positive, but I guess he has to.
Well, on that form, but on his feeling in the regular,
Private.
he's not going to. I don't think he's going to express it too much. But in the articles I've read so far this morning, he's showing a little the sports page and stuff like that.
Wow.
The conference, they're always going to be upbeat because they wanted. But I still say it was a bad call because it was an emotional thing. And Josh Allen is quoted as saying that if it would have been one play to where they would have won, it would have been a different story. They would have been talking about getting ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And that's where it falls back on the owner, who's I'm going to reserve my comments about the owner because I'm not too happy as a fan. It was too quick of a decision. 24 hours after the game, that's too quick. I'm almost thinking they almost had they were planning on it. If something went wrong, they were going to do that.
Maybe, yeah.
And the GM gets promoted. That right there, it doesn't smell right. It just. Okay, let's see. Nothing on Spectrum. Country 104 or 106. Nothing there. Is Groundhog Day in New York State a day off? No, it's not. When is Groundhog's Day?
February 2nd.
Huh?
A couple days.
Oh, it is in a couple days?
Mm-hmm.
Well, right now, calendar is like 5 weeks till spring.
We know it's going to be that anyway.
Yeah.
No matter what the groundhog says.
Yeah. But let's see. Not a holiday, but sure feels like one. Okay, that's up on the Buffalo channel. The other channel here, Power 93.3. Same articles, it seems. Yeah, they all get the same articles. Let's see. WGR 550. Mostly hockey. Well, they have the thing about Joe Brady will bring the energy every single day. Well, so did Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott brought the energy. He positioned that team. So we'll see what happens.
The owner wants a Super Bowl.
Let's see. Bill take easy route with Brady hiring. Well, what's this one about? Let's see what this one's about. Joe Brady would not have been my first choice. In fact, based on the 9-man interview for the job, Bill's head coach, Brady was 5th on my list. This is according to, this is an opinion of WGR 550 Sports Radio. And he would have dropped to 6 if the Bills waited to speak to Seattle offensive coach. So I think the Bills already, they were going to hire within. The Bills were not doomed to fail the moment Terry Peggle decided to fire Sean McDermott. Oh, the owner. After 9, we're not doomed to fail. This just goes on as far as the firing and stuff. Let's see. 1440. Nothing going on there. And I think that's about it for that. So let's see. What do we got? We got 2 hours and 13 minutes and stuff. We're not going anywhere. Oh. It's a lazy Friday.
Oh, these are just my workouts.
Okay.
I haven't showered.
Oh, okay. You still
I
got.
don't plan on it. It's too cold to even walk through a parking lot.
Okay, so it's time for Commodore time to get the headlines. So we're gonna show this up on the screen. Let me go ahead and change this up. We didn't have any really that much news, so let's go ahead and take a good chance to let's go ahead and look at the headlines. We'll bring up on the BBS here on the Commodore. We're at the top of the hour, 8 o'clock, but we've been on for 2 hours and 14 minutes. And let me see if I can bring this. Oh, Is it plugged? Yeah, it's plugged in. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got that. And let's see if this works. Let's see if we bring this up. There it is. We got the Commodore right there, folks. There's the Commodore. Okay. Let me resize that just a tad here. This is I got the little HDMI dongle yesterday, so I was able to, and I think that's what it is. The cable coming off. I tried HDMI. I got to remember, I think I was trying to do an HDMI signal into an RGB. So let's go ahead and let me just squunch it just a tad. There we go. So that's what the screen of the Commodore. Like I said, it's if you see, if I turn it off, that's that screen right there. So I can do it on two screens. That's on that screen, and it's also, you're able to view a little bit better here as far as that goes. And let's go ahead and this is this one of the menus that we go to right there. Look at that. Is that cool? And we're going to go into the disk file browser, and we'll go down here to the USB disk. We'll enter, and we're going to go to BBS's. We're going to enter, and what we're going to do, we're going to go to the Telnet first. Okay, we're going to go to the first one, and we run that. Set that up, and then we're going ahead and run that on the disk. We got the virtual disks on the Commodore, the two virtual disks. Oh, device not present. Let's check to make sure. I think, okay, we'll just go back. Okay, I think that's turned on now. Let's see. Let's check the, okay, the virtual drive is enabled. If I turn the virtual drive off, because the virtual drive is defaulted to drive bus ID 8, and this is also when I have this on. I was playing around with this yesterday. I forgot to change it back. So we're good there. And I'm going to say yes. We'll park that back up here to the... Oh, let me go ahead and... Let me do a full reset here. Okay, and let's go ahead and go back into that disk USB. And that USB is this right here. It's this right here. This is what we're driving into. That's where that program is at, resides at. Okay, we enter. Oh, no, we don't want that. Those are my files there. We want the RAM disk. No, that's not it. What the hell? What happened here? Oh, let me see. Okay. There it is. There it is. BBS's. Go to that one. Enter. We got to make sure we run that first to get the configurations. And then I'm going to mount the disk. Mount the disk basically is actually, if this was a floppy, by putting that in, you're mounting the disk with the information. So we're going to mount the disk, and then it takes us back to the main screen. So if we go load to see the directory, comma 8, this is the directory of the disk. And you can see there's the program right there. So we're going to go ahead and load it. Comma 8, comma 1 to run it. I'm not sure. This might automatically run. Oh, hey, Farmer, how you doing? Welcome back to the broadcast. I just want to stop in for a few. Hope you guys are staying warm. Have a great day. Yeah, thank you, Farmer. Farmer, becoming a regular. Okay, we're just at the end of the broadcast, and we're loading this up. I don't think it's working. Let's see. Let's try this one more time. Okay, we're going to start from scratch again. Instead of mounting it, we'll just go ahead and run it. Okay, we're going to run that first. And then we're going to go up here, run disk. Okay, so it's going to do that automatically. So it's loading up now. And we'll wait for the thing to come up. So glad to see you, Farmer. Hope all is well with you as far as that goes. Thank you for being here, and want to recognize that we have 5 people on Rumble, 1 person on Locals, 2 people on YouTube, and 2 people on Twitch. So glad to have you here. And not sure why this is taking. We might have to go with the other program, maybe. Actually, it's still loading. I think it's on a loop. Okay, there it goes. Oh, there we go. Okay, and the ding. You heard the ding. Okay, here's the telnet. So this is where we type in the address. It's going to be ATDT. This is the old bulletin board telnet, and you would dial in a phone number. In this case, we've got a different address there. The word BBS dot hop2 hop2 .org colon 64128 and let's see, we got that right. Yep, looks like it. And we're connected to the bulletin board Word BBS. This is one of the 2. This is where I have to dial in. The other program, you can actually, it brings up the program, and you can just, it's already in there, but I like this one. So we're going to go to 1 to news, and there it is, news. So we have, let's see, can you see? Yeah, you can see that. You got Word 7 days, Word sports feeds, CNN, Fox. We're going to go to Fox for a little bit, and then we'll go equal time to CNN to see what the headline's on. So Fox is 4. Go to 4, and we're going to go to general, what the general headlines are. And here we are. Here's the general headlines, folks. We have number 1, Budweiser unveils patriotic new Super Bowl. Have you been seeing the pre-Super Bowl ads? They've been, so a week from this Sunday is the Super Bowl. Of course, we're going to have the Super Bowl ads honoring deep-rooted American heritage. That's cool. And then we have number 2, Blake Lively, private voice. These are all the headlines now. These are just the headlines on Fox. I like this because it just gives you the headlines. Instead of going to Fox, you just have a couple articles. So this sort of streamlines it. So we got Blake Lively, private voice message to Justin Baldwin emerges as legal fight escalates. I'm not sure what that's all about. And then we have number 3, Virginia mom, former teacher, pulls child from public school amid left-wing curriculum push. Well, that's Virginia. And number 4, Virginia lawmakers unleash on VCU nurse fired over healthcare terrorism, encouraging harming ICE agents. I think that's the one with the syringe. Number 5, Ron Goralski praises Patriots turn around, says Titans firing Mike Vero was franchise altering. They got their coach and they're in the Super Bowl. Okay, let's see. Let's check the next ones. And we have number 6, Melania, world premiere today, I guess. President Trump's first lady, RFK Jr., Nicki Minaj, and more light up the red carpet. So that's going to be. She was on Fox yesterday. She's a very great. She reminds me so much of Jackie Kennedy. And Farmer says, I'm in Virginia looking hard at West Virginia. Oh, okay. Yeah, Virginia is not. I thought, just full disclosure, I'm a registered Republican conservative, lives in New York State. New York State's great. I wouldn't want to live down in New York City, though, but that's a different story. So I know what you're coming from there, Farmer. West Virginia might be better. Let's see. Number 7, federal judge backs away from threat to hold ICE leader in contempt. These judges, I swear. Number 8, 32-year-old woman found dead outside during winter storm. Latest Kentucky death. So that means there's like 30. I think I heard 30 folks that were passed away in this nationwide snowstorm that we had this past Sunday. Number 9, Trump announces his pick for next Federal Reserve chairman after Powell and more top headliners. Okay, and then number 10, Trump and GOP eye midterm convention cities in high stakes bid to hold House and Senate. I got faith they will. It's always normal who's ever in office, they're going to lose one or the other and stuff like that. But this might change. Who would have thought that President Trump would take all the crossover states or something like that, whatever they call them. I forget what they call them. Okay, let's see what's on next here. Alex Predit should have faced charges for spitting on agents before fatally shooting. Yeah, if he did, he would have been alive. If the local police was there, he would have been alive. There's a lot of ifs in that case. I think it's tragic. Should he have been killed? But, the emotions were going. There's blame to be found on both sides. Just to say one side has all the blame, I disagree with that. Number 12, Miss Rachel faces backlash as social activism enters childhood education. I think that has to do with a court case, maybe? I don't know. 13, high January fuels cannabis boom as experts flag some serious health dangers. Well, you smoke too much of the wacky weed. Number 14, Democrats can run, but they can't hide. And immigration reckoning is next in 2028. Probably. Number 15, Trump admin labels Israel model U.S. ally ahead of major military aid talks. Okay, let's go one more. That'll take us to 20. Let's see, 16, Pete Buttigieg, other Democrats endorse Amy Klobuchar for Minnesota governor. You know why? People that work for her as a senator, she says she's wretched. She's very hard to work for. So it might be an improvement over the current governor, but it'd be interesting to see if there's a Republican that might take that spot. We'll see what happens. Number 17, FBI busts Latin Kings gang nationwide, nearly 50 arrests in sweep and crackdown. Okay, that's good. 18, Fox News digital news quiz. Okay, I guess they got a Fox News digital. 19, Luigi Mangione returns to court Friday as judge weighs defense motion to dismiss charge. They're not going to dismiss charges. Did you hear about I guess the guy faked he was an FBI to try and get him out of jail. It's like the balls. Number 20, Fox News Digital analyzed how Minneapolis Agitators Network uses insurgent tactics to hinder ICE, and that's what it is. The protesters there, they've got professional protesters, so it's the more that's being said, that the the protests that they're doing. It's just Democrats have to clean that up. You don't want those are the agitators. That's not a protest when you have agitators and stuff and professional protesters. They're getting paid. They could care less as long as they create chaos and stuff like that. That's all they care about. Okay, let's see. Let's go back. And for fair and equal time, we're going to go to CNN and look at their headlines. So I like this. I like this. This is cool. You get to see what I'm seeing here. So this is working out quite well. Okay, do we have anything? Oh, don't tell me it locked up. What happened here? Where's my coffee? It seemed like it locked up. Let's see. I'll go ahead and plug it back in again. So this is the Commodore 64 screen right here that you're seeing, folks. So I was very happy when I was playing around with this yesterday, getting it set up. The cable I bought, it comes out, it goes into a, I don't know if you can see this. It goes into this. No, I can't pull it over. Oh, yes, I can. Hang on. No, I can't. The cables are very limited, so it's just like it's an HDMI or the cable coming out of the Commodore going into a little box. It brings it into an HDMI cable that reduces the RGBM into an HDMI, and it goes to an HDMI dongle. So, and for those folks that are, let's see. Okay, there we go. We're back. Let's go ahead and we'll sign back in. There we go. So you can hear the sound too. And just so you can see, there's Jack. Jack is interested too in the Commodore. He's sitting here watching. Okay, let's go ahead and oh, now I got too much stuff going at once here. Let me reset. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. How about now? I'm getting the green. Okay, we got it now. Okay, that's stiff. Okay, we might have knocked it off when we were on the Commodore. Okay, I'm hearing myself, Double J, so you probably hear it. Thank you, Double J's. So you didn't hear any of the thank yous. Okay, well, we're going to end now. I'm hearing sound now, so I think I should have sound now. Are you hearing anything, Double J's? I was just going through the thank yous as far as when you said I had no sound. And I'm hearing. Okay, I'm back now. Okay, thank you very much, Double J. I didn't know that. I wasn't paying attention. I think when I had a selection. I guess when I turn off the disengage the HDMI dongle there on yeah, I'm here. Okay, that's I got to remember that. I got to remember that. Thank you very much, Double J's. I appreciate that, my friend. Now you're back. Okay, and I was lip reading. You're good now. Okay, thank you, Double J's. And let me go through that list again as we end the broadcast here. I want to say thank you very much to Double J's. Greatly appreciated, my friend, coming in from an undisclosed location in the Southern Hemisphere. We do appreciate your participation here at Double J's. You have a great day, great weekend. I want to say thank you to Tony D, my good friend, my brother veteran and fellow broadcaster. Thank you, Tony, coming in from Warner Robins, Georgia. Tina, who came in from Central New Jersey. Thank you, Tina, for being here. And we also had Deplorable coming in from Bradford, Pennsylvania, the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Thank you, Deplorable. You have a good one there, too. And the Wandering Australian, we want to thank him for being here. Greatly appreciate you, Wandering Australia, for being here. Again, thank you very much. And we got a little education on the time zone there in Australia. Thank you, dear Dark Heart Farmer on the Rumble. Thank you for being here as well. Coming in from Virginia, thinking about going to West Virginia. And again, thank you very much, Double J's. Greatly appreciate it. It's always good having the feedback from the chat there, and I do appreciate everybody in the chat. And the people that are watching, thank you very much. And you too, Double J's. Have a great weekend. Stay warm. Catch you on the next one. Will do, sir. Will do. Greatly appreciate you being here, my friend. And those that were watching, thank you very much. Those people that were watching on the replay, thank you very much as well. Always appreciated. They see the numbers, and I love them. So thank you very much for that. And those that are listening over on Spotify, we rebroadcast the audio, and I forgot to start the audio. That's what I forgot to do. I gotta do some. We'll get the audio up somehow and stuff like that. So, but thank you very much, folks. As far as that goes, greatly appreciated. And let's see, with that, I think that's it. We've been on for over 3 hours, so this has been a long broadcast, a very good broadcast. And let's see, just end it. I got to change this back over to the main screen on the Rumble. We're on the Rumble. We're back over. Yep, we're on the Rumble there. Okay, so we had a few minor difficulties, but that's okay. But a good broadcast nonetheless. I do appreciate you all, folks. Thank you very much. You all have a great Friday. Rich Roberts, at Fireman Rich on Rumble, at Fireman Rich over on X is my mainstay for posting on these social media feeds. I'm also on other fine, good, and interesting social media platforms. Just Google at Fireman Rich and you'll see where I'm at. For the most part, I post everything over there on X at Fireman Rich. So you all have a good one. Live life. Have fun. Ciao for now. As always, peace. Take care, folks. Have a great weekend. Ciao for now. Thanks again, Double J's.